Keep swimming 11:11. Ironically, the video started at 12:12. Again, I keep getting that number, guys. Of course, it's a good sign. All right, let's go ahead and get in. I'm going to do a bonus reading real quick, just as we start for the collective, okay? And then I'm going to finish up my 22s from yesterday. If you're wondering what happened, why I couldn't finish the 22s yesterday, our service was just terrible. The Wi-Fi, the connection for the video would not stay up, so I had to quit. Not by choice, but we're trying to finish today. Hopefully it's better. I still see some problems on the internet. I'm resetting my modem right now. You know, I had this problem like a week back, and CenturyLink said they fixed it, but no one really came out and did anything, so I don't know. And I was supposed to receive a new modem in the mail. I haven't received it. Whoops. So I don't know what's going on, guys, but maybe I'll get that new modem soon. Feels like a Mercury retrograde, even though it's not, you know? My voice is a lot worse today, guys. I know yesterday my voice was not this bad, but last night I was coughing a lot. Just not a whole lot, but, you know, more than usual. And I can't help it. My voice is just pretty much just gone today, you know? My regular voice is gone. I'm lucky I'm able to talk. So if you guys don't mind the raspiness from my voice, I'll go ahead and do the reading. But I hope it's not too annoying, you know? Looks like I'm just sick, guys. Okay. Spirit, please guide and direct me for this beautiful collective message before we get started. Spirit, guide and direct me. Okay, show me this message. Just a little quick collective. Okay. All right. Do a little past, present, future, little collective here. Okay, so we'll do. Keep getting this one in reverse. Interesting. There's this girl with this weird swans and a nose. I think it's interesting because yesterday she kept sticking out underneath our strength card, you know, and I just thought that was weird. It was weird that this card was there yesterday. And again, now it's here today. It's like she does have something to say. This is very much an air sign reading. I'm sorry, not an air sign reading. An air sign card. So Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And I kind of see her being nosy because she's got this long fake nose. She's trying to blend in with these other waterfowl and, you know, putting on a fake nose. It's kind of like putting on a fake mask. Her dress is silver, and again, that to me just resembles something of cold and communicative and in deep thought. Her hair has a swan. I think she's very beautiful, but I don't know why she's wearing that nose. So I kind of think the overall underall energy right now is just someone in your situation is not being authentic with what they're thinking, wanting, and conversing about. So you're going to have to figure out who's not authentic. They would have something to do with the number 2. So number 2 life path, possibly, you know, number 2 in their birthday. Maybe 2 is their lucky number. Maybe their address is 222. Maybe they're 20, 22. I don't know, but there's something with the number 2. Okay. Spirit, please guide and direct me. Guide and direct me past, present, future. Okay, pretty easy there. Okay. Bottom of the deck over here is the Ace of Swords. More air sign energy, and this is about cutting through the bullshit, getting to the point of a situation, finally reaching a new clarity and a new understanding. This is knowledge. Knowledge is power. This is the sword of truth. So it's also a delivery because someone is bringing a spiritual energy is bringing something into this world. So there's a manifestation of communication. It's really interesting. So you're dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, in this general collective. Gosh, my voice is annoying. Okay. All right, let's start with the past. Past is, ooh, gosh. There's another number 2, see? 2. This is number 20. He's got a bunch of symbols for spirituality and the evolution of man. So there is something definitely evolving. Okay? I don't know what the spirituality has to do with it, except differences. Differences between people. Now he's blindfolded, so this is really Libra. So you could be dealing with a very strong-willed Libra. The next card here in the past is another 2. Wow, I've been feeling 2s, and look at that, 20 people watching. You see? I'm not kidding. 2, 2, 2. And 20 people watching. I'm feeling this vibe. I told you there's something significant about the number 2, okay? And it does have something to connect you with this person in the past. It's not ironic that we're in the year 2022. This may be that you're going to have some kind of a new, this is a new communication in the year 2022 with an air sign, most likely a Libra, okay? I'm just saying. Oh, it's your DM's birthday today? Oh my gosh. So with the 2 of Pentacles, emotions are flying everywhere. And it was 222 when I said that? Sag match. Are you kidding me? Where are you at, Sag? Oh my gosh. And it was 222. That is just crazy. Sag, where are you at? I don't even know. Oh yeah, it was 1212 over here. That is crazy. Anyways, in the past, this person has been back and forth with you and back and forth with their emotions about you. This person has had a hard time making some decisions and is certainly influenced by other people and pretending to be like someone else. Okay, I do think your person is pretending. He's a pretender. She's a pretender, whoever this is. Oh, it's in Tennessee. Oh, that is awesome. Sorry, guys. I took congestion medicine and everything before I came on. So I don't know what the fuck. And I have tea, so what the fuck? I'm so sorry. Okay. So anyways, this person hasn't really been sure about you and your connection to them. I know that this is a really difficult period for you to struggle with, back and forth on the teeter-totter, on the fence with this person. I feel like you're waiting to hear from this person. I feel like this person is under your skin, but is still a presence with you in this life day to day. Markers, pineapple cucumber smoothie with a pinch of ginger. All right, thank you. I'll take that advice. My God, I'm so sorry my voice is annoying. I'm so sorry. Okay. Anyways, let's move on from this back and forth, wishy-washy individual and see what's going on with you right now. Well, we have the monkey. Monkey brain, monkey mind. You know what's funny? I was actually studying calculus today with astrology with ARS. He was how to predict one point in your chart. He was talking about calculus and math. And I feel like maybe you guys are working on math, maybe you're working on an equation, maybe you're going back to school, I don't know, but that's interesting that this card comes up in the present moment because I was definitely doing math this morning. So that is crazy. Anyways, this kind of has a secret code back here. All is well. Huh. All is well. Comedy of errors. Huh. Wind of change. Lighten the dreams. Huh. All's well. All's well that ends well. As you like it, the comedy of errors. Huh. I don't know, but there's obviously a secret message back there. All's well that ends well. Interesting. I don't even like that saying. But anyways, this monkey brain, monkey mind has like a William Shakespeare look. He's obviously typing. He's writing something. He's solving equations. I do think right now in your current moment, you're at least trying to solve your problems. Number 7, which is endings. The next card you have is a Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And this is frustrating because you want things to go forward and you want them to go faster, but what the fuck? I'm not even like moving. We're stuck. I'm trying to solve a problem stuff, but I'm stuck. For some reason, this problem will not move forward. I'm trying and trying to push it forward, but it's just not. Strong energy on the bottom, under, all, overall kind of message there. Plowing ahead without consideration or just looking at the consequences of your actions. Consider how other people may feel, and please put yourself in their shoes. And this is a great thinker. So I definitely feel like you're looking at someone like, what the fuck? How could you move forward in your life and not consider how your actions affect us? And there's that Libra energy. It's like, excuse me, what you do affects me too. Okay? Your little back and forth, indecisiveness, your little bullshitting, wasting time, it actually affects me or our child or our family or our situation. Like, what the fuck is your problem? And I think you're trying to figure out this person. And you're just like, God, I'm trying to be blindfolded. I'm trying to make sense of why you would do the things you do. What inspired you to fucking do these actions? Where in the background, I know you were torn between, let's just say yourself and someone else, You're thinking, I know you were torn. I know that your heart was here, but your mind was somewhere else. Or vice versa. And for some reason, for whatever reason, you're blindfolded, you're not thinking, and you're just evolving, you're just making choices, and you're wishy-washy, and you're not dedicated to who you really are because you're putting on a mask for someone else or for other people. Like, do you even really consider me? Is kind of your question. That's the truth, and that's the Ace of Swords. Like, yep, that's the truth. That's the freaking needle on the, or, the head on the needle or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about. Like, that's the point. That's the point. The point is you don't consider us. Let's go ahead and see what the future is going to be holding. Spirit, what is this future? Reverse, interesting. Number 37. And we've got picture frames with a bunch of people in them. A girl and a guy. There's this old camera. I don't know. The first thing that comes to my mind is nostalgia. Pictures, obviously, talk about time. They snapshot and lock a moment in time away forever, and it's framed because it's to be remembered. So I do feel like in the future upcoming, there will be someone looking back. Okay, the card that comes out is another earth sign. Well, I'm sure you have Libra, but man, there's an earth sign in our midst. Okay, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in our midst also. So a Libra with earth, okay? 4 of Pentacles is a certainty. So I know this person is absolutely certain, or at least you, because this could be you, but let's just say a person, okay? A person is absolutely sure without a shadow of a doubt that they miss someone and they do wish to communicate. That's the vibe I'm picking up. That's what I feel. Let's go ahead and read this shiznit and see what's up, what's really up. Yeah, Sadisman, I do have a very bad cold. I'm sorry. And I took medicine and everything. I don't know what the fuck. So I think we're going to start. Let's just start with the number 2 because that card has been there since yesterday. Guys, this is about belonging and acceptance, and it's about assimilation. Our sense of belonging and acceptance from others requires affirmation. Peer recognition and acceptance is definitely compelling motivation and reward for participation. To that aim, we may have to demonstrate to some degree our allegiance. Some people communicate their allegiance and commitment through body markings like tattoos. Others may be more transparent expressions such as a dress code or a fashion, and still others by their conduct and mannerisms. Sometimes it's just making decisions that go along with a group. I am this and I belong is this mantra, and in turn you are this and we accept you. The flamboyantly coiffured female modifies her appearance with a disguise in order to assimilate. The masked beak transforms her visual persona. Hopefully that's better. We lost it again. What is this, a Mercury retrograde? It feels like it. I know we're not, but damn. It's been crazy. Anyways. So the overall underall energy is someone here in this situation, and I'm pretty sure it's not you, is trying to assimilate with a group of freaking pigeons, okay? And for whatever reason, they're kind of betraying you, okay? There's betrayal and there's assimilation. Let's look at the past on why, in the first place, they did this to you. So this is about belief and faith. The concept of this card is similar to those presented by the faith cards in the tarot decks. A section of religious symbolism represents a gauntlet of beliefs. The irony of this tragic picture, with so much suffering inflicted in their name, religions have much to answer for. They say they save, but they torture. They say they liberate, but they cause restriction and conformity. The blindfolded can represent the blind faith, also the blindness often shown towards the beliefs of others. All this religion for what? All this dogma to get closer to heaven when it couldn't pull you further away. Fighting against one another for the lack of belief in each other's faith. Again, asking someone to assimilate, be like me, believe like me, think like me, feel like me, and then if you don't, there's consequences. All this is set against a backdrop of Darwinian evolution, shown in the red below the various golden symbols. An ironic contradiction that represents the common denominator of humanity that is shared by all religions and adds a question mark to them all. What is real? You know, I feel like in the past, that was the biggest question. What is real? What is real? And that's the back and forth pentacles. It's like, I don't really know what's real in the past. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to trust. And I don't know if this situation is for me. You know, this is about weighing options, making choices. Okay? It's about, you know, trying to balance the situation. But balance is being quick on your feet. This person plays with 2 pentacles, demonstrating a kind of juggling life approach. But behind him reflects the flow of water and emotions and tides that come in and out, the changes that always appear. 2 ships travel at sea, suggesting unexpected surprises that are going to be occurring soon. It's about deciding for yourself what's the best course of action. You know better than anyone else how to juggle one's life. Let's get some clarity on your past. Let's see. I wanted to use those cards. Oh, yeah. Okay, Spirit, please guide and direct me. I would really like to know more information about the past and what somebody was juggling back and forth about. What was this belief system in the past? Divine timing. Oh, so the pentacles actually represent the watch. Buying time. In the past, somebody was buying time because they didn't really pick a side. They did not really pick you. I hate to be blunt, they did not pick you. You and somebody else were an option, flat out. And there is signs about swans. See her hair, and that's going to be a sign for someone. Okay, and the number 2. So swans and the number 2, all right, is going to be a sign for this person. But yeah, they didn't pick you in the past. That's just what it is, flat out. Okay. But they were back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That was the past. They just couldn't decide who or what they wanted. Now, in the current situation between you guys, this is infinity, has no limits, and perseverance. Difficult things take a long time. Impossible things take a little longer. The abstract concept of the infinity symbol is given in a visual reference here. This card represents limitless possibilities, the infinity that embraces. A monkey would, by a random keystroke, eventually put them into the precise order required to replicate the entire works of Shakespeare. This intriguing theory is effective despite overwhelming odds because it definitely defines infinity in terms that other than an abstract improbability, things are possible. It provides enough evidence of possibility that it can be quantified and grasped, even if only in the realms of our imagination. But then we are free to imagine so many other improbable scenarios. It is appealing to consider that any personal goals and ambitions, no matter how fanciful, can, by the same criteria as our Shakespearean analogy, ultimately be achieved in some way. The only limitation of their fulfillment is a matter of time and effort. And again, that Knight of Pentacles in reverse is like not considering the other person. Taking their sweet time, I think, is the situation. I'm just going to be real. Your person is taking their damn sweet time when it comes to your situation. Thus, not moving that little black horse forward, okay? Just not moving it forward. I'm not considering how my lack of time management affects other people. It is what it is. 2 cards came up. We have the Devil card. That's that Capricorn energy and understanding. This person is closed-minded, just plain and simple. The dogma of this person, like the ridiculousness of this person's approach, it kind of bothers me. Understanding the great beyond is not trying to grasp it with the devil card bound. Okay, so your person's like, nah, I don't think I want to understand your side. Well, okay, and fuck you too. Okay, you don't want to try to understand. You don't want to put yourself in other people's shoes. Okay, you don't want to think of any other perspective but your own. Selfish ass. Okay, all right, cool. And that person is sucked into the material world. Money, money, money. Do you really want this person? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Do you really want this person? I mean, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but you guys met divinely timed, okay? But this person just bullshitted, bought so much time, and could not choose you, couldn't pull their head from their butt, okay? And now they're in this situation of stubbornness where they don't even want to see your perspective. They just want to be stuck in their own. And if this reading is reversed and you're the stubborn ass, well, I'm just sorry for your person. I'm sorry, but I tell it like it is. Okay, we're going to read number 37 because this is the future. Okay, this is about relationships and interactions with others. When something seems to be missing in someone's life, it usually turns out to be someone. Oh, guys, I like that. When something seems to be missing in your life, it usually turns out to be someone, not something. Oh, guys, it makes me want to cry. I love this. Guys, I'm in love with this card. Anyways, something's going to be missing in the future, and we all know it's going to be you. Or maybe your child or your family. You know, there's someone, it's just somebody missing, okay? Our life is defined by our connections, our relationships with family, lovers, and friends and foes. Each one enters and passes through the heart like a comet crossing through our sky. Some shine briefly for a moment, never to return again, and gradually fade away from our memories. Others settle and remain in our orbit. A mechanical photography device displays who has played a huge part in our lives. The intricate details and rotations create infinite combinations to represent the presence of someone in your life and the parting of someone. Mimicking the steps of an imaginary cosmic little dance, some will remain as permanent participants, although their closeness will oscillate and be relative to each other. Additional frames will constantly be added, waiting to portray others who will enter our lives in the future. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so listen, this is just a reading. You don't have to, take it up your ass, okay? Don't be all ruffled with your feathers, okay? Pull the stick from the rear. But listen, I have to read the cards. This stubborn person that annoys me too is definitely in orbit in your life and will be back. And I know a lot of you are like, put the stick in my ass. I don't want that. Listen, Linda, listen. I can't fucking help the reading, okay? I'm not the fucking controller of the universe. All I know is I have a gift to read cards and I'm reading them. Now, this fucker that is obviously got a head up their ass and a stick up their ass, which is quite clear, is not going to exit your life. Because we have the Four of Pentacles, which is a certainty, which is hanging on, maybe needing to let go, but certainly not letting go. But this is, I have a grasp. This is a certainty. Now, this is not going to be everyone's reading. You may be in love with a water sign. And guess what? That water fucker's not here. You may be in love with an air sign. And that air sign fucker's not here either. So this is probably not your reading. Now, if you're in love with someone that has strong earth, most likely Capricorn or Libra, you're in the right reading, okay? But it's not going to resonate for everyone. But the strongest element is Libra and Capricorn for who you're dealing with, okay? Anyways, this person is going to rotate and come back. That's a certainty. And I can tell you in the future, because past, present, and future. In the future, this person is going to realize what's missing from their life is you, okay? That's going to hit them one way or the other. And I know they're stubborn now. And I know they're not seeing it now. That's obvious. That's apparent. But if you are dealing with this earth sign person, believe me, it's not over. Let's go ahead and clarify this for, okay, Four of Pentacles. That just came right out. Admired and mute. This person is loving you from afar and not saying shit. You might have a secret admirer that's going to be back. But let's just say this. Someone that you dealt with in the past still admires you. And in the future, they're going to be watching you quietly before they get in touch with you. Okay, this is a quiet person. And this is someone that looks up to you and thinks that you are a great person. Okay, this is very silent. You know, they're not going to come out and speak a lot. This is not a man or a woman of many words. But this is someone that does, here's Devil card energy again, pride and ego. This is someone that is proud as a peacock. Very proud, and maybe too proud to say they were wrong. Maybe too proud to say, I did some shit in the past that I regret. This person may be too proud, but I know in the future, you're going to walk or run into this person and listen, you're going to think it's an accident. Oh, I can't believe I ran into you at this, you know, state fair or this grocery store or this event. Like, oh, I can't believe I ran into you. No, fuck that. Fuck that. Okay? You know. This person is not just going to run into you. An accident. When you see this person in the future, they will have plotted and planned when they are purposefully going to run into you because they watch you. I'm going to get a message from this little quiet fucker. Whoops. Okay. Spirit, give me a message from this little quiet fucker. Hey, JK716 from Denver. Hi. Welcome. So let's get a message. Come on, little fucker. Mr. Quiet, Mrs. Quiet, let's talk. Let's get some messages. Woo, okay. Well. I saw that card, so I'm a little bit ahead of you, but we'll get into it. In the past. Oh, you don't say. Well, you don't say. I love you, okay? Divine timing, you know? Listen, I was back and forth. I didn't want to believe. This is faith and belief. I didn't want to blindly believe that you and I were soulmates and it was divinely orchestrated. I didn't want to believe that. I was back and forth believing it, and I'm sorry. I am sorry, but that was the real deal. I was in disbelief about our beautiful connection, and I really just didn't want to believe that shit. So I put on my mask, and I went on with my world, and I went on with my people, pretending like that never happened, okay? That's the truth. Hello, pride. That's the fucking truth. Now, in the present moment, your person wants to say, you're not gonna fucking believe this. You have understanding. And then here, get this shit. I'm starting to understand our connection. I hope y'all can read. There's no coincidence. in the universe. This particular combination was divinely brought here. So believe me, what's going on with this little person who didn't want to believe and was on the fence about your divine connection is actually starting right now in this day and age to understand that you guys actually have a divine soulmate vibe, or maybe even a twin flame vibe, okay? But they're starting to understand this shit. And you may not want to believe it, but you better. Don't be bound to your stubbornness. Get that shit out of this room, okay? We're not keeping stubborn shit in this tarot room, okay? You better toss that shit outside. We do not have room for earthy stubbornness here. This is about believing any calculation is possible, even if it's in your deepest fantasies. But this person is starting to at least go there. Because honestly, it's very hard for someone to put themselves in another person's shoes. And I'm just going to be 100, you or them. I'm just going to say one person in this scenario is so stuck on themselves. It's very narcissistic. I just want to say, and I'm not saying they are a narcissist. I'm just saying it's a narcissistic trait. You know, hell, kids can be narcissistic because they're selfish. I'm not diagnosing someone with something, okay? I'm just saying it's very selfish. And I hope it's not you. I hope you are not just stuck on yourself. That would be disgusting. But if they are stuck on themselves, and hopefully they're, I don't know, they're watching or not, I don't really care, but it's disgusting for them to be that totally stuck on themselves. And I just hope they're able to get out of this, you know? But I know they are. I believe in miracles. I believe in spirit. And with understanding, and I'm starting to understand this connection, it means slow as fuck, okay? This is not a fast card, as you guys know. This is slow as fuck. It's super calculated. We just have a very earthy person that has dug their heels in like a stubborn fucker, and it's very hard for them to get their heels out of the mud, okay? And if this is a narcissist, I don't want you to be with this narcissist. I'm just saying, as your friend and a tarot reader, if this is a really truly diagnosed narcissist, I would hope you stay the fuck away from him and stop watching tarot about him. Please. There's nothing fixable about a narcissist. Now, if someone that you love has selfish traits, if they're a little self-absorbed right now, if they're stuck into some selfishness, that's fixable. They can have a divine intervention. They can have a wake-up call. They can get help, okay? They can have karma smack them in the forehead a little bit too much to where it shakes their ass straight, all right? But if it's a truly narcissist, no, there's no helping him. I'm sorry. There's just not. So I suggest you just turn this video off and forget it. You don't want to be with that person. I have an uncle that is truly diagnosed narcissist, and he is a son of a bitch. He would kill his own mother. So there's no business why anybody would want to be with a narcissist that would kill their own mother. Not that he's tried, but he'll call her and be like, oh, I was just seeing if you were dead or alive. He doesn't care. It's all about him, what he wants, how he feels. So please, I hope you're not with that person. And if you are, quit today. Don't watch this video anymore. Shut it off. There's no hope for you. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no wake-up call for him. There's no come to Jesus moment. There's no miracle healing. Okay, there's none of that shit. He has a karma to be a dick. And he's gonna be a dick. And you better stay the fuck away. And if the only purpose you have meeting a narcissist, which would mean you have the narcissist empath paradigm, then it means that you need to work on self-love, self-care. And you should start watching tarot about self-love and self-care. That's your focus. Because you need to worry about you And that's why you're being forced into karma with a narcissist. Anyways, that's just my message. You don't have to take my advice. You do what you want. But and they're terrible. I'm sorry, they are very terrible. I almost want to say they're soulless, but I know they have a dark purpose. So they're not soulless. They're just a dark soul. I'm sorry to say that, but they are. There is evil in this world, and there is a dark soul in this world. And when someone is truly a psychopath or a narcissist, they're dark, okay? And that's just their purpose. They're meant to bring equilibrium and balance into our universe. So I'm thankful that they bring that darkness so we can be the light. But I would not want anyone to be with that person, just saying. Anyways, we're going to move on to see what the truth is about the future with this person. Now, the person that I'm reading for is not a narcissist. This is not a legally, medically diagnosed narcissist that is going to have a come to Jesus moment and want to reconcile with you. That's not this fucking reading. So I just want to be crystal clear for everyone that's dealing with one. I hope it is as clear as a clear day. This is not about a narcissist. This person that I'm reading for is not a narcissist. I just want to be clear because I have a lot of people that say, oh, that's my narc. No, it's not. This is someone that has narcissist tendencies. And like I said, even kids have narcissistic tendencies. It's another word for extreme selfishness, okay? So this person is extremely selfish, okay? And I'm not saying they're always going to be selfish. I'm just saying they have not considered your point of view. And they have not considered your feelings or how their actions have affected other people. And I think they've been so sucked into their pride and ego with this devil card energy that maybe it's for money, maybe it's for relationships. You know, there's some kind of physical reward for them to be doing what they're doing. Okay, so this person is doing what they're doing for reward. And someone's holding the carrot and the horse is walking. Okay, the horse is trotting away after the fucking carrot. That's going to stop. Believe me. They're starting to understand their own selfishness, and some people need a wake-up call. So anyways, let's go ahead and see what's going on. I hope that one day you can forgive me. And this is that wake-up call. This is reflecting back with the pictures, nostalgia, looking back at something's missing in my life. And in this case, it's someone where it's most likely you. And so this person is going to realize they lost out. This is kind of actually very resembling Scrooge McDuck. Sorry, I like Disney. It's not always Scrooge McDuck. It's Scrooge from the Christmas Carol. I'm sorry, I like the Mickey Mouse version, okay? So maybe it's not Scrooge McDuck, but it is Scrooge, okay? It's fucking Scrooge, all right? And, you know, guess what? And we have 3. And this is so cool because he had visits by 3 spirits. One was a spirit from the past. Isn't that interesting? One was a spirit of the present. And then one was a spirit of the future. And maybe this person is going to be visited by 3 spirits. Maybe the clock will strike 12. Ding, ding, ding. And this person is going to have some kind of a revelation. Remember, they're starting to understand. So I think that maybe they will be visited. And we do have the devil card here twice. Saturn. Oh, I looked up. It's Saturn. I saw 44 minutes and 44 seconds. The number 4 definitely equates to the planet Saturn because he squares everything. And the cube and the square represent Saturn. So this is a Saturn situation, and Saturn does pay visits. I've myself had dreams. I've told you guys about the pyramids and all that shit. Saturn will pay you a visit and show you a future. or show you the depths of a situation currently. Okay, and maybe even reveal your past life. That's fucking Saturn. And I'm going to tell you, even if it's not a spirit that's going to visit your person, it's some kind of a spiritual knowing, maybe through a dream, maybe just through karma, because Saturn and the 4, they represent karma. And maybe karmically, this person is going to get smacked on that ass to realize something's going to be missing in their future. Okay? Let's see, Max. Well, not all Leos are narcs. Yeah, excuse me. There's no fucking sign that is a narc. And if you think that, your reflection of your judgment is a reflection of yourself. So if you are pointing fingers and saying that's a narcissist, you might be reflecting that towards yourself. You might have some inner issues you need to work on. Maybe it's all about you. You know, those things need to look at you. Don't judge like that. Just don't. And I personally, I just want to say as your friend, having someone that's family in my life that is a true narcissist, I know what it is. And little girls and little boys that have a piss poor relationship and they end up fucking someone who doesn't love them and could care less about them, they tend to point fingers and say they're a narc. But really, you just weren't open enough to realize you were giving your body up to someone that didn't want you. And so you feel extremely rejected and unloved because you are. And you're extremely mirroring and rejecting yourself because you wouldn't be giving up that punani to somebody that doesn't love you or give a fuck about you if you gave a fuck about yourself. And I'm just being real. You might get offended by that statement, but let's get 100. If you loved yourself, the punani wouldn't be given out like candy at trick-or-treat time. You wouldn't be fucking no one that doesn't love you. That's ridiculous. And to be fucked by someone, literally fucked over, inside and out, and be pissed off at the world, pissed off at people, pissed off at a zodiac sign, because you're attracted to bad boys, or you're attracted to bad girls, and they fuck you over. They're not a narcissist. They just don't give a fuck about you. And the lesson you have to learn is you don't give a fuck about yourself. Why is that? And this is where you go into your inner child and you say, did my mom love me? Was I protected by my mom? Was I protected by my dad? Did someone hurt me? Was I neglected? Was I constantly trying to be a good girl or a good boy to please a mom that was maybe a narcissist and absent and didn't give a fuck about their kids? Is that why I'm attracted to people that don't give a fuck about me? It's probably why. And once you go inside yourself and you do that healing, you're going to be straight. Straight as an arrow. And if you really want to understand your IQ, your logic, the way you perceive people, and the way you feel about people, and how you fall in love with someone, if you want to go research yourself and get to the bottom of how you fall for people and why you love the people that you love, you're going to go study your moon chart. It is the 4th chart. Okay? It's the 4th divisional chart, D4. And that's the chart of your moon. And it will talk about your how you perceive it. When you go into look at the 5th house, that's the house of fun, dating, and romance. You're going to look at the 5th house in your 4th chart. Is there a planet there? Is there a planet aspecting there? What is the zodiac sign in the 5th house? And therefore, what is the Lord or the ruling planet for the 5th house? Where is that planet's Lord? Where is the sign's Lord? and look if it's aspecting or somewhere else or debilitated or whatever, and just see the complexity. Is there Rahu there? That explains a lot. You know, is there Saturn there? That explains a lot. Mars? That explains a lot. You also want to look at the 6th house of enemies and disease and hardships. And you're going to want to look at the 12th house of loss and debt. Your karma, your emotional karma can be seen in the 12th house. You're going to want to see your 4th house, which is your private life. So your life behind closed doors, your life away from work. So look at that 4th house. What is the ruling planet? What is the zodiac sign? Is there a planet in there or aspecting it? If it's a malefic planet, big red flag. So, you know, you're going to want to see your flavor. Look at the 7th house in the moon chart and see what kind of a partner you're attracted to. Are they loud? Are they boisterous? Are they good looking? If so, they may be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Most likely a Gemini or a Libra. But there'll be an air sign in the 7th house if you are attracted to loud people that have a big mouth and that like to be the center of attention and on stage. Or at least a voice where they're heard. If Mars is in the 7th, there's arguing. Okay? If Sun is there, they are the limelight, not you. Big sign for narcissist people. You know, if you have a Sun there, it's like your relationship, it's all about them. Always will be about them. And you have to look at that, you know. And if there's Mercury there, your person may always be attracted to younger people. And as you age, they're not attracted to you anymore. You know, Mercury in the 7th house is a telltale sign of I want a young partner. And I want my partner to look young, even if they're not young. You know, and I want them to be my friend. I want to have fun. You know, I'm sorry. I don't want to go into astrology with it. And I'm sorry I went there. This is about tarot. But I just want to share that with you because I do feel called that there is people that have issues. And you need to look at it not only on a psychological level with a psychiatrist or your own self, like just counseling and talking about your issues, but also through astrology, because there are remedies, there is mantras, there is things that you can do, gemstones you can wear to help. There is things you could do in your house as far as Vastu or Feng Shui that's going to help you with your karma. Because you have a karma that you will fulfill in this life. And it's not always pretty. And for all of us judges out there, we can't fix them. People that have bad karma like that, they've got to fix themselves. That's the whole point. And why are they having that bad karma? That's really not our business. They have a past life with some shit, okay? They got to deal with this shit now. And all we're supposed to do is be love and be light and guide them on a path where they can find themselves and find answers and remedies and heal themselves. That's our purpose, to be a friend. So let's not worry about why people have what they have, and just know that some people do have a bad karma. It's not just bad decisions they make in their life because they have a low IQ and they're stupid. It's because they have a karma. And they were born to fulfill and be around that narcissist or be around that person. They have a karma. And we should have empathy and sympathy and understanding for people that are going through that. It's not because they're stupid or making bonehead choices. Let's help them figure out their karma so they can get the fuck out of it. That's the whole point. So anyways, I hope that that can help someone dealing with that situation. And like I said, the best advice, honestly, as your reader, is don't even try to make it work with a narcissist that is, you know, diagnosable like true narcissistic. They're very abusive and violent. They have rage, and their cycles are short. You might have a cycle every day. You know, you have the honeymoon phase where everything seems fine. And then you have the next phase where tensions are building. You're getting on their nerves, or they're just getting irritated. You know, then they have the explosion, and words are said, things are done, bad things. And then when you think it's over and you should go, they wrap you back in with apologies, gifts, tears, good sex, and you fall back to that victimhood. And they do it not because they're worried about you, not because they love you and they're sorry, not because they hurt you and they have remorse and they feel bad. They bring you back in for one reason. It makes them feel better about themselves. It gives them a guilt-free conscience. It makes them look better to you. You look at them with admiration. You look at them with love. You look at them with forgiveness. And you want to please them again so they don't lose their shit with you again. So you're kissing their ass. Again, their apology wasn't about you. It was about them. And that's all the good shit they were going to get. And when they lose their temper again, because they will, it's also about them because it makes them feel good. It makes them feel good. It's a high, a natural high, to go off on someone, to have control over someone, to strike fear in them, to control them. They love that shit. They feed on it. They love to be binding the people that are with them. And honestly, the only way you can conquer a narcissist is not to call them out, not to argue with them, not to prove your point. It's to walk the fuck away. Period. It's the next time they show up and they want to ruffle your feathers, you don't have a reaction. You hold it all in and you say bye. When they realize that they're beating down a door with no opening and they're not going to get a reaction out of you and you just don't care anymore, they're going to leave you alone and they're going to move on to somebody that does care. The next victim. So anyways, you know, if you are dealing with a narcissist, that is your fate. And all I can say is get the fuck out and study your chart. Heal yourself. Fix your karma. You learned your lesson. Get the fuck out. You know, my opinion, why would you be born into this world dealing with a soulmate or a person like that? To show you to love yourself. Because sometimes being too giving and too altruistic, too loving, too offering of yourself, which is very Aquarius, very Cancer. Okay? Let's see, Aquarius, Cancer. Who else is super giving? Now that I think of it, there's not very many. Taurus may have a tendency. And you want to know the weird connection between Cancer and Aquarius and Taurus? The moon. The moon is exalted in Taurus. And the moon rules Cancer. And when the moon is in Aquarius, it acts like it's a Cancer. Because Aquarius is the water bearer. The giver and the giver of love and emotion and kindness and altruism and humanity. Isn't that interesting? So I just want to put that out there. The moon, in my opinion, is what connects the dots between the signs that tend to give way too much. And I would like to say Virgo is very giving, but not anywhere close in comparison to the signs that I just mentioned. Sure, anyone can come on the platform and say Scorpio is giving, Virgo is giving, Leo is giving, Pisces is giving. Everyone can come on the platform and toot their own horn for their signs. But that's really not the truth. Sure, any sign could be giving. I'm not saying all the other signs are not giving at all. Every sign has some ounce of forgiving and giving to other people. But the signs that stand out like a sore thumb, or like a red flashing light, or a light in the dark, when it comes to overgiving, which is a very bad trait, Cancer comes in first place. Aquarius comes in second place. And Taurus comes in third place. But those are the people that unfortunately give more than they're capable of and more than they should. And those are the signs that hurt themselves. They just hurt themselves giving too much. So I don't know, who that's speaking to, but, that's something you should look at. Okay? Because every sign is giving, but there is a very strong difference between shooting yourself in the foot and just giving because you're a giver, you're kind, or you're a sharer, or you're generous. I'm not talking about generosity. I'm talking about giving to a fault, where you will lose yourself, your body, and your mind, and your home, and your money, and your stability for someone else. That's a problem. And that's why Taurus is in third, because Taurus would probably never be out of a home or a job for someone else. They would at least hang on to that. But Cancer and Aquarius would probably lose their life, their job, their home, their sanity for someone else. Angie Williams, I couldn't agree less with that statement. Angie Williams, Cancers are the most takers. That doesn't even make logical sense. If you do any kind of research on the sign of Cancer, that doesn't make any kind of sense to have a statement blind like that. If you do any kind of research at all in astrology and zodiacs, you would learn that's the farthest statement from the truth. The moon rules Cancer. They are the nurturers, the caregivers. Okay, well, I don't care about the moon being a receiver. I don't know where you got that information, but it doesn't compute. The breast, the udder of the cow, the milk, represents the sign of Cancer. The mother's womb represents the sign of Cancer. Your home, your pillow, your bed, your couch, your private life represents the sign of Cancer. Soothing comfort from tears and crying and emotions represents the sign of Cancer. Tears, love, mercy, forgiveness, that represents the sign of Cancer. Protectiveness represents the sign of Cancer. It goes on and on and on. It literally represents the mother of the zodiac. And for someone to say a mother is a taker and not a giver is ridiculous. I'm not saying all the mothers in the world are great, but I'm saying the archetype, the symbol, the message, the mascot for Cancer is mother. And the archetype, not your personal experience with your mom. If you have a shitty mom, you have a shitty moon. And it explains why your mind is fucked up. But the archetype of the mother with the sign of Cancer is the nurturer and the giver of life. And the one that pours milk from her breast and her body to nourish others. The one that provides a roof over your head from the rain. The one that provides comfort when you sleep so you can dream in peace. The one that provides a wall and a home and a shield from the world that is harsh. So Angie, I think you're confused. Now you're saying the sun is a giver, the moon is a taker. You're on some wacky shit. I don't know what's going on. It sounds like flat earther shit. I don't know what's going on. But that's not right. Not in astrology. Now, if you have some, you know, metaphorical analogy where you think the sun gives vitamin C and nourishment to the planets on the earth, therefore it's a giver, I get that. But we're not talking about your feelings, and we're not talking about your metaphors, and we're not talking about your ideas. We're talking about astrology. And in astrology, the moon is the giver. And in astrology, the sun is malefic. And if you are smart, Angie, and you want to study on that, go into astrology. Because the sun burns. The sun will create a fire. Without the shields of the earth, that sun would fry every living thing on this fucking planet. The sun does not create because the sun represents masculine. And if you think of sperm as giving, then fine. Think of the sun as a giver because he gives sperm. He gives life to some part of the other part of creation. And the phallus is the giver and the vagina is the taker. I understand your thoughts, but in astrology, that doesn't fucking matter. The feminine is Shakti. It is the receiver of air. And, you know, the prana, you know, it represents pushing it out like the masculine. So I understand your differences of masculine and feminine, but you're not understanding astrology. And in astrology, you cannot confuse your theories. Well, I don't agree with your astrology then, Angie. You're talking about astrology. If you are talking about astrology, you know that the sun is a malefic planet, not a nurturing planet. And if you're talking about astrology, then you know the moon is a nurturing, not a planet, but it's considered a planet in astrology. You'll know that the moon is a nurturer and a protector and a giver. So I don't know where your mind is right now, but in my opinion, it's a little fucked. No offense. I think you're a little bit like off the Richter scale here with your overwhelming ideas, meshing an opinion to astrology. Yeah, it's your theory. Yeah, the sun is, a solitary. Well, then you have your own theories, Angie, and you create your own vortex in your own world, and you create your own little thoughts and disagreements and your own opinions, and you can go make up your own astrology too if you want. You can start your own astrology school and start tooting your horn and teaching whatever you want. But I'm going to stick to what I've learned with ancient astrology and the astrology teachers that I followed and what's going on. And I'm going to stick to that because it's a science that's been proven to give predictions. It's been proven to give you examples of who your mother is. If you want to know who your mom is, look at your moon. And in my opinion, like I said, the mother archetype is the giver, not the taker. My mom didn't take money from me. My mom didn't take life from fucking me. My mom didn't take shit from me. My mom gave me life. My mom gave me support. My mom gave me milk. My mom gave me comfort. My mom gave me protection and solace. You see, the mother's a giver, not a fucking taker. So I'm going to go back to like what I said, where Cancer is not a taker. And I'm sorry you have an opinion because maybe you had a Cancer that fucked you over, or you have Cancers in your family that fuck you over. I don't know what happened and why you're so hostile about the sign of Cancer. But generally, when people have an opinion over a specific zodiac sign, it's because they got fucked over. And you cannot judge a zodiac sign based on an experience, because also I find people tend to judge zodiac signs based on the sun sign system, which is ridiculous. It's Western astrology. They forget their moon sign. They forget their ascendant rising sign. They forget the Jupiter, which is their intelligence. They forget all that shit, and they want to judge someone on a sun sign based on their birthday. And it couldn't be further from the fucking truth. Because the way you really get to know someone and how they think is the nakshatra, which is one of 27, and the paras, which are one of 4 in one of those 27 nakshatras. There's a very slim, very, very slim explanation for how someone is the way they are. And it is all based on their moon sign. So the last thing you could ever do is judge someone based on their birthday sun sign. That would make someone a true, well, let's just say uneducated about astrology person. Someone who judged someone based on a sun sign is an uneducated, astrologically being person. Okay? So never judge someone based on the sun sign, number 1. And, you know, be careful who you're learning from and be careful what you're teaching and preaching. Make sure you have a very thorough understanding of what happened. But never, and I correct my family and friends, never judge someone on their birthday sign. That's redundant, it's ridiculous, it's ignorant, it's uneducated. And I know you guys are not uneducated. And if you're watching this channel, by God, I hope you're getting educated and you're learning about those things because you don't want to be one of those people. Okay. Anyways, back to the reading here, guys. What I really see happening for you in the future with this person who is not a narcissist is someone that is going to kind of watch you, not in a creepy way, just watch you and admire you from afar. This person is going to maybe, you know, hope that you can forgive them one day. They're going to hang on to you. They're never going to let you go in their heart and in their mind. They're always going to watch you at least and keep an eye on you. Okay, so this person's going to always keep looking back at you. And believe me, they're in the midst of understanding why you guys have a deep and profound soulmate connection. They're understanding why you were put together in the first place. And even though it doesn't make a lot of sense yet, this is all about what's going to happen in the future. And Cynthia, I like your comment. You said, Cynthia has a comment here. Yes, it's how a person is raised. I learned that. Thanks, Steph. Cynthia, you're right. When you're judging someone, this is why you should judge them on their moon sign. Because it is how they're raised. And when you look at their moon chart, which is their D4, Vedic sidereal astrology, okay, not Western, you see how they were raised. Because you're looking at their mother. So when you look at their moon, you're looking at their earliest teachings, their comprehension and understanding, and how they're able to love. And it is all taught by the mother, the great nurturer. And that's why moon is the best way to judge someone. If you want to see a serial killer, you look at their moon. You see that maybe they have Mars and Rahu in a weird nakshatra. Okay, like Jeshta. Okay? And you're like, God, this person is obsessive and jealous. You know, this person maybe had a twisted, you know, over possessive mother that was abusive. You might have that combination in the 12th house where there's some sick mental situations going down. You know, maybe Mars is there too. You know what I mean? But when you look at a serial killer or something, you look at how they were raised, what's really going on in their fucking head. And when you see a truly kind, smart, loving person that is wise, like a teacher, like a loving, trustworthy person, you look at their moon. Is it in a friendly sign? Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio? Is the moon by itself? Is there no other aspecting or afflicting planets? Ding, 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 we have a winner. If the moon is by itself, that's a truly stable-minded person. If it's in a water sign, truly showing a psychic, intuitive, empathic nurturing person. If it's more so in the second house or the fourth house especially, totally awesome. That person is very intelligent and got a stable mind, a very stable, good mind, and a good heart, you know? So you want to look at the moon, because if the moon is afflicted, that's where you see people a little cuckoo, cuckoo in the cabeza, okay? You want to see somebody with a fucked up brain? Rahu moon, ding, 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 winner, 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 chicken dinner, okay? A more fucked up brain? Mars, moon, Rahu, or even Ketu, okay? Ding, 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 we have a fucked up mind. You know, if you want to see somebody with a really fucked up mind, where they're back and forth, look at their moon. Is there like 4 planets with their moon? That is a very confused person. That person doesn't know right from wrong, good from evil, narcissist from lover, liar from truth. A moon that is afflicted by so many planets struggles with judgment. And they just suffer mentally and emotionally because they are torn apart. And you might even be able to see disease from stuff like that. Bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, you know, maybe even just PTSD, you know, medical situations you can see from their moon. Is it in the 6th house? Big time red flag. Is it in the 12th house? Big time red flag. 8th house, big for obsessive people. You know what I'm saying? 1st house, oh yeah, that's their actual head. Like, there's shit going on. They may need surgery. You know what I mean? So when you're looking at people's charts, believe me, if you really want to know if you can trust someone, or, you know, if you think they're a good person, or, you know, if you're looking at their chart and you're just like, maybe I'm interested in this person. Let me see how they think, how they feel, how they were raised. Look at their moon chart. You're going to learn a lot. And people that have a fucked up mind and they're back and forth between religions and teachings and theories and ideas and this and that and this, and they want to blend everything together in a fucking blender, their moon is all fucked up. But when you want to hear a real teacher, a real guru, someone you can learn from, that's nurturing you and giving you the fruit of the universe, you want to see somebody with a moon all by itself and a very nice, welcoming sign, water elements, or in a very nice, welcoming house, 2nd or 4th. That's where you want to see a moon happy, okay? Now, if it has something like Venus with it, that's beautiful. That's a benefic. If you have Jupiter and moon, even better, you know? Well, not better than the moon by itself. The moon by itself is number 1. But if you have Venus or Jupiter with the moon, it's still good. Okay, it's still good. Still a good person. It's just with a lot of malefics that it would make someone's head a little loca en la cabeza. Okay? All right, so anyways, we're done with that collective reading. Hopefully that made a lot of sense to you guys. Like I said, this person is not a narcissist. They're a little bit selfish. This person has been selfish. This person has been indecisive with you, very difficult with you, and very stubborn with you. And this person has really refused to look at your situation. Magnus, don't worry too much. Magnus, oh no, I got moon, oh no, sun, and Rahu. That's concerning. Well, look at what house it's in, okay? Now, the sun and the moon is an issue together. But if they're in a different nakshatra or they're many degrees apart, it's not that bad. For instance, maybe your moon is in 28 degrees and your sun is in 1 degree. You know, that may be pretty far apart. They're in the same house, but maybe one planet is upstairs and one planet is in the basement. You know what I mean? They're not going to combust, okay? Don't freak out too much, but I have to say, and I don't know if it's true for you, but they do say, and it's a theory in astrology, that when you have the sun and the moon in one house, it means that your parents fought a lot. And so they're further apart, that's good. So yeah, if they're further apart, it's not that bad. But when they're like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, even 5 degrees away from each other, that's very close. They're in the same room and it's beef time. But you know, when you have the sun and the moon close together, there's a lot of fighting and sometimes abuse because the sun wants to hurt the moon and the moon just doesn't want to hurt anybody. So, you know, when the sun and the moon is together, it's very concerning because it might mean that there's problems in the home, especially if there's Mars. You know, there's definitely battles in the home between the mom and the dad. But with Rahu there, it might mean a lot of parents. It might mean a stepdad, a stepmom, and a mom and a dad, like, you know, a grandparent that's like a parent. It might mean there's a lot. It depends on the house. I have to look at your chart. I don't want to say too much. But I wouldn't worry too much, okay? Yes, there are signs when they're together that, uh-oh, this is trouble. But it is true. There is trouble. But when you look closer at it and you want to analyze it, look at the details. Because when you really want to see a psycho person, they're very close together. When you really want to see a psycho person, it's the zodiac sign, it's the house, it's the planets, and it's the degrees apart. There is a combination. And there has to be a combination. A fifth informational piece to seeing a psycho is what Mahadasha they're in. Are they in Rahu? That's scary. Are they in Mars? Okay. Because you want to see what is their ruling planet at that time. Who's really guiding them? You know, and you don't want a malefic. So that's another way to look at if someone has issues. Are they all of those components together, plus are they in a bad Mahadasha? Because if you look at astrology, like when serial killers killed, they did their murders or things like that, you can see in their chart what Mahadasha they were in, their planetary placements, the nakshatra. You can see their age, when it really started to kick off. And you can see their Antradasha, which is a smaller little Mahadasha. It's an Antradasha. It's a smaller period. It's kind of like saying between, you know, March and May, this planet has rulership over this person. It's like a much shorter period, a matter of weeks or months, in addition to the Mahadasha, which is a matter of years. So when you see someone that does bad things like that, you can look at their chart and see, okay, they're under this Mahadasha, this planet, and they're in this Antradasha. That means they acted on their desires. They acted on their urges. And that's when you can really pinpoint. So it is more than a theory, it is a science. So don't worry too much about your chart. A lot of things have to be into play to really be concerned about someone. A lot of things have to be into play. But one trait I have seen with narcissistic people is a little combination that I've picked up on. And it is the first house. And it is about themselves. And what I've seen is Rahu in the first house, with a moon in the first house, with the possibility of another malefic, most likely Mars. Okay? Most likely Mars. But a little combination in the first house. And it generally tends to be in Leo, because there's an act of self-importance. So a lot of Leo risings with a Rahu in the first, there's a little concern about selfishness. But when you start to see narcissism, it gets a little bit more about the moon. So when you have a Rahu and a moon, the Leo ascendant, most likely a Mahadasha, Magha, Nakshatra, there's a concern, a little bit of a concern. And if you have Mars in the 7th house with that combination, and Sun possibly in the first house with Moon, Rahu, maybe even Mars in the first house, That is an overinflated ego. And even some Taurus people can have that. But if you want to think about ego, you're definitely going to run into Leo. Taurus, because Venus rules, it likes attention. Let me tell you, Taurus has a tendency to be a little selfish, but not a whole lot, not like Leo. Another selfish sign could be Libra, because they disconnect. And those are the top signs that I feel tend to be about themselves. And Libra doesn't so much want to be about themselves as much as they want to get along with other people. If you have that combination in the first house, Sun, Moon, preferably Mars, but a malefic, and Rahu, that little combination in the first, in a sign, like I said, most likely Leo, but it could also be maybe even a Scorpio, a little dark, okay? Scorpio, Taurus sometimes very rare, and Libra rare, you know? But if you have one of those signs up there, oh yeah, there can be some serious narcissism, okay? Eat me, you have Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter in Leo. That's not a worry, because Jupiter is benefic and Mercury is neutral. So Jupiter wants to bless. Whatever house Jupiter goes in, he blesses. He sprinkles some holy water on that shit, okay? Jupiter's just dashing holy water everywhere, wherever he's at and what he aspects. So there's nothing to worry about with Jupiter there. Anyways, I don't know. You guys do your own research, but, you know, if you are dating a narcissist, be careful. Because the research I've done, my narcissistic uncle, I believe, is a Leo rising. And he definitely has Moon and Rahu in the first house. And he's all about himself. He is, in his mind, the king. He's got the crown and the throne, and he better have everyone's attention. And he wants to be crowned 24/7, okay? And he's a jerk, and it's always about him, his glory. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay. Anyways, this guy's coming back, guys. Quietly and humbly. And I do feel this person will be humbled. Listen to my words about the future. This person will be humbled. This person will have learned a lesson because they are learning about your connection. They're understanding it. And believe me, when they do click and it understands, they may reach out in the future very quietly, very humbly, hoping that you can forgive them one day. I'm not saying you will. I'm not saying there's a future with this person. I'm just saying this person will be back, okay, in some form. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you for watching the collective reading and listening to the astrological rant. If you have those combinations in your chart, like I said, that was general. Don't worry. If you really want, I mean, if you really have something to worry about with yourself, I think you'll know. I think you'll know if you really have a situation to worry about. And if you're, you know, thinking about someone you care about and you're already worried and then you look at their chart and you're like, God damn, I have every reason to worry. Yeah, then I might definitely get a consult by an astrologer because maybe you should worry about something. And keep in mind, with astrology, you can predict events. You can predict when someone will be violent. You can predict when they may have a downfall or something drama going on. Okay? So if you are worried and you're seeing someone that's got some real concerning placements, get a consultation by an astrologer, okay? Because you should. But if you just want the easy way, my advice, get the fuck out. There is going to be someone else. Honestly. There is. But if you don't look, you don't leave, you'll never know. My Aunt Marlene, the one that's with my uncle, she is abused. She is beat. And police have been called. She just wants to stay there. She's had her head slammed into cabinets. She's been choked and almost killed. She's been punched, kicked, hair pulled, teeth missing. He's a violent motherfucker. My uncle's a complete douchebag. And he didn't just abuse her, he abused my cousin's mom, my Aunt Laura, who's kind of a bitch now. Maybe she deserved it, I don't know. I'm just kidding, no one deserves it. But she was actually abused by him too, many years ago. We just hadn't noticed it as much. And there were actually signs, and I don't even know why my cousins are still communicating with that bastard. But he used to choke my cousins. And my cousin was like my age. She was like 13, 14 years old. And he would grab my cousin by the neck and choke her out and lift her up. And he's 6'2". My cousin was like 5'1". You know? He would grab her by the neck and push her up on the wall to where she had about, I would say, 2 feet off the ground. And he was choking her in her throat, 2 feet off the ground. His own daughter. Punching her, slapping her, pulling her hair, giving her verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. Only thing he didn't do to her was sexual abuse. But he was a physically abusive bastard. And he even threatened to throw his own mom out of the window. He used to beat my dad, his little brother. My dad would just be watching cartoons. This is little kids. Saturday morning cartoons, eating cereal, and he would come up from behind my dad and sucker punch him in the back of the head for no reason. Violent. Just a violent fuck. And let me tell you, he only beats on people who is weaker than him. You know why? Because Rahu is an inflated ego. And when Rahu's in the first house, it makes you think you're big, bad, and powerful. But when it comes down to the other person, they have to be Ketu. Ketu, the south node of the moon, is weaker, smaller. Okay? Less than. So the opponent must be smaller, less than, weaker. And that's why a lot of abusive people have that combination astrologically. Because whenever a big man wants to fuck with him, he's a coward. He's a pussy. He wouldn't fight someone to save his life. He's a little chicken shit. He needs other people to fight his battles. He would never go toe-to-toe with another man. He only wants to beat on women and children or people smaller than him. Okay? And that's his motive. But that's, you know, like I said, my uncle's just a terrible narcissist. He really is a terrible human being. And I really feel like he's soulless half the time. And the only time that I thought he was good and a good uncle is when it was Christmas and he would buy everyone a lot of presents. Or when he would take everyone out to dinner and pay. It's like that's what narcissists do. They want to show off. Oh, I may be a dick, but I'm going to buy you a car. Or I may be a dick, but I'm going to go, you know, redo your whatever house, or I'm going to help you buy a house, but then I'm going to take it away. Or then I'm going to rub it in your face. Or then I'm going to say you owe me. You know, narcissists don't do things out of the generosity of their heart. They do it expecting something for themselves in return. So I'm telling you, I know from experience real narcissists that are violent and abusive against their own children and family. So when people toss around the word narcissist, 9 times out of 10 I laugh because you're really not dealing with a real narcissist. You're just dealing with an asshole. But when you actually deal with a narcissist, it's like you're dealing with a psychopath. And they don't have any feelings for you. They don't have a tear of guilt. They don't have an ounce of shame. And believe me, they do not have remorse. You're never going to get it out of them. It's always somebody else's fault. You'll know a real narcissist when you see one. But if you're just dealing with an asshole, it's just an asshole. Okay? Okay, so we're going to get into the readings, guys. I have, let's see. Sun Val, Selah, Patrice, Tammy, Quita, Courtney, Magnus, and Tracy. That's who I have left for the readings, okay? For the 22s. So, Magnus, oh, you're here first. So, let's go ahead and do you, Magnus, okay? Spirit, please guide and direct me for Magnus. Guide and direct me for Magnus. Celtic cross for Magnus. Narcissists are very good liars, eat me. Very, very, very good liars. Watch out. My uncle is a master salesman. My uncle was a millionaire for a while. He could sell ice to a bunch of penguins. Okay? He could sell you your own shirt off your back. Okay? So, don't be listening to those people, eat me. I don't care what story they sold you. It's a lie. When you're dealing with a real narcissist. And whenever they act sorry for themselves, it's to gain something. Okay, Spirit, guide and direct me for Magnus, Celtic cross. Show me Magnus's energy, please. Okay, thank you. Show me Magnus's energy. All right, bottom of the deck here. The Two of Pentacles. The overall underall energy is stubbornness and unable to see another perspective. This is probably someone you're dealing with. But it's back and forth and really just juggling, trying to barely make it. Okay, you might barely be keeping your head above water. And the person you're dealing with may barely be keeping their shit together. There's going to be something coming in that's going to change this juggling act. Something is on the way. And somebody right now is back and forth between choices. Someone here doesn't know what to pick, what to decide. They're weighing their pros and cons. And they're back and forth. And somebody's been back and forth for about 2 years on a specific relationship or job or situation, but this is marking a 2-year period of deep contemplation and weighing options. Trying to figure out what to do. What represents you? Magnus, you're trying to reach calmer waters. It's been rough. It's been rocky. Okay, oh, you're in college and school? That's awesome. So here you are trying to leave difficulties behind you. You're carrying a lot of pain with you. There's some baggage. There's a lot that you're still having to deal with at some point in the future. But as of right now, Magnus, you're able to move on. You're able to drop whatever situation was holding you back and actually start getting some resolution to a situation in which at one time you felt very stuck. Okay? All right, what's crossing you? A Virgo energy. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. What's crossing you is probably, you said you're in school, a lot of study. Many, many hours. Maybe you've got many years left in school, or you've been years in school. You're just finishing, you're focusing. You're doing the same thing day in and day out. It's very routine. You have a schedule. You know, so what's crossing you is routine. What's also crossing you is responsibility and hard work. Saturn, more than any person in your life, is who's a big part of your life right now. And as you know, Saturn's in Capricorn, Vedic sidereal. He'll be temporarily in Aquarius for a little bit, but he'll be back. He's not even there yet. It's sometime in April. But Saturn is going to be a big player in your life right now. Maybe he's in your Mahadasha, maybe he's in your Antradasha, maybe you're going through a Sati Sati period, which is Saturn, a house before your moon, in the house with your moon, or after your moon, as far as his transit right now. So if you have Capricorn or Aquarius in the house before your moon, in your moon, or after your moon, you're going to be feeling the hardship of Saturn, which is responsibility. Now, if you're talking about someone that's like a person that you're actually dealing with right now, it is someone who's a hard worker and very focused and beeline focused into certain details. You may not be an important person in this other individual's life because this person is very busy with work and focus with their skill, and you're not even in their sights. So if you're dealing with someone, you're not an important aspect right now. They're very focused on what they need to do. Let's go ahead and see the past. In the past, Libra vibes, it's in reverse, it's Justice card. This could be court legalities. You had maybe a lot of court and legalities in the past. You might have had a judge or a lawyer in the family. If it's not, something you were dealing with, you might have people that went to school to be lawyers, okay, or a judge, or, something in the legal system. So you may have a history of that. There's some strong energy here for police. I don't know if you're dating a police officer or you will date a police officer, or there's a police officer in your family. It could just be a past life police officer, but there's something about the rules, the regulations that are very important. Oh, Magnus, your dad was a cop. Okay, that makes sense. That really makes sense. And that's why this is strong with you. And he gave you a lot of that knowledge about right and wrong and doing the right thing and working hard. And, Saturn, really representing your dad here, is about being in service for others. And the whole cop creed is about serve and protect. It's a very Saturn thing. And it's about restriction, rules, regulations. And it is about, putting your head down and doing the 9 to 5. Working long hours. Now, in your past, you feel like the legal system wasn't fair. I think you have an opinion that the legal system is unjust. I think you feel like there's a lot of unfairness in this world, and it frustrates you. I think you want to make some very big changes. You may have strong Aquarius somewhere in your chart where you want to better the world. You want to help people. You just want to be a voice for the voiceless. You have a strong desire, and maybe as you grow older, you're going to more step into that role. But you may be political. You may be in some act of service of others. But in your past, you just did not feel like you had a fair shake. And I also feel like your dad didn't treat you the way you thought you should be treated. And so there's a disappointment. I feel like maybe you either wanted more time, affection, or attention, or you missed out on things. But you kind of feel like that part of your past did affect you. And you're happier, you're better for it, you're moving on. You're not dwelling on the past, you're not worried about that. You're ready to move on with your life and just be who you're meant to be. But you're breaking out of your shell. You're flying the nest, you know what I mean? You're going into your own self right now. And it's a good thing. It's a revelation of who you are. What are you dealing with right now? Queen of Cups in reverse. Love life is not so great. Love life could be better. I think you were kind of hoping to meet the one, the elusive one. And you kind of had thoughts about that for your future. And right now, in your current moment, you're just like, wow, adult life is really not what I thought it was. Love, relationships is not what I thought it was. And you're learning a lot that relationships are hard work. It's not just fun and gifts. You know, and this is why Saturn has a big impression on your life right now. Because Saturn makes everything feel drab, boring, lame, and difficult. I mean, honestly, Saturn is a realist. He co-rules the sign of Libra in Vedic, by the way. You know, he's exalted in the sign of Libra. And, you know, Saturn just is very drab. And so he's kind of he might be aspecting your 7th house right now, or he's there, or something's going on. But he's making you feel like love is just not what it's cracked up to be. And so what you feel right now is maybe super emotional because you're frustrated with yourself. And Magnus, you're harder on yourself than anybody else could ever be on you. You are highly critical of yourself. This may be your Virgo trait, I don't know, but you are highly critical. And you overanalyze why situations didn't work out. And sometimes you blame yourself. You know, if I had been this, if I had been that, I could have done this differently. You know, this is that reality check. And it's a very strong placement for a good head on your shoulders. But I'll tell you, don't be so hard on yourself. Goddamn. Okay? Love is hard. And we're not all blessed. Trust me. It's not all TikTok and movies and videos, honey. We are not all blessed like that. You know, and you're just learning that love isn't a fairy tale or a fantasy. And so you're hoping something good out there is coming for you. Let's see what's coming up. Like soon. Knight of Cups in the reverse. You're going to meet someone, but it's not the one. And you're like, tell me something new, Steph. I keep meeting someone and they're not the one. You know, when am I going to meet the one? Is that ever going to fucking happen? Hey, don't be too judgy. At least you're out there. At least there's people that are around you that are like, hey, let's hang out. Let's do something. Even if they're not the one, you're getting experience with other people. I don't think that's half bad. I say enjoy the moment. I say have fun. I say date. I say see what's out there. Learn about yourself. You know, and this is in reverse. It could mean that communication between you and a lover, most likely a water sign. There's a bad communication. There's a misunderstanding between someone you love. You might have someone you're into fully, but maybe they're not fully into you. Or it could be vice versa. Someone's fully into you, but you're not into them. But I do feel like that's kind of what's going on here. This is also about you seeing someone. I know, KB, I'm so sorry. I am sick, but I'll get better. But this is someone that they are not who they say they are. Okay? They're not really real with you. Magnus, they're fake. They're wearing a mask. They've got something to hide. And that's why this is not going to work out. Okay? And I just want to say this to you. You need to treat yourself fairly, honey. It is not your fault that you're running into people like this. And be smart and be wise and move on. Take the frustration that you keep doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result. Learn those lessons and move on. This person, have a little fun while you have fun, but they're not who they say they are. They're giving you their representative. You ever heard comedians say when you date someone, they introduce you to their representative? This is who they want to be, who they think they should be, and who they try to be, but it's not who they are. That's hidden in the back door. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to meet that person till you've been living with someone for like years. When you live with them for a while, believe me, the representative goes off to a vacation and you will meet the real them. Unfortunately, by then, sometimes it's too late. Sometimes you have a child with someone. Sometimes you got married. Sometimes you're in some kind of financial contract. And then you're like, damn, I wish I would have known who this person really was. So count your blessings and be willing to move on from a situation, you know, even if it's not really what you were trying for. Because I'm just here to tell you, this person, you're going to find out probably within about a month, because each cup is a month. You're going to find out they're not real. They're hiding some shit from you. Okay. Let's get into how you see your situation. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Money's tight. I get it. I went to college. It's expensive as fuck. I don't even want to talk about the debt. That's not fun. One time I got my tax return taken out completely to pay off my college debt. I know how it feels to buy books. Like, what the fuck? Why is a math book freaking $300? Excuse me? It's a book. And even if you go used, it's like $150, you know? And it's time consuming. You know, I get that. It takes a toll on you. College is like a relationship. Why is it an arm and a leg and a kidney? Yeah, exactly. So I can see that right now how you see the situation is I am frustrated, Steph. I've been working so fucking hard for so long. I've been good. I've strived to do good. I strive to make good choices. I manage myself. And no matter how much I chug along, the little engine that could, Steph, I end up shortchanged, short-handed. I end up unlucky. Unlucky with family, unlucky with love, unlucky with money. Just, what am I doing wrong? Am I on the right path? You know, and that's kind of how you're feeling with this card. It's like, and maybe your home life is disrupted. Are your parents going through a divorce? You know, is one of your parents struggling? Is there an illness? You know, there might be something wrong at home, which causes more stress. Let's see what you really want. I think what you really want is just the truth. Let's see what you want. Oh, you want to be out there in the limelight. Magnus, what you want is triumph, success. I just want to get there, Steph. I want to have that dream. I want to have success in my career where I like what I do. I want to have success in a relationship where things are going well. And I'm traveling and I'm doing things and I'm posting pics. I want to be smart. I want to have a good family that's not always drama. I want to have peace. I want to have a good year. I want to have many good years, but I want a good year. You know, I just want to have a moment where there's not stress, there's not financial hurdles, there's not emotional hurdles. I just want a fucking normal year. Can I have a normal fucking year? That's what this is. You just want to be on top for a little bit. You just want to be ahead for a little bit. You just want to have money in savings for a little bit. You just want to have good grades and have a break for a little bit. You know, you just want to date someone that things are going good to where you can go travel with them, see places, have experiences, have good moments. Why does there always have to be fucking drama? And you just, you know, you just want that. I get it. What is your challenge? Your challenge is getting over the pain and suffering of letdowns and disappointments. Don't dwell over spilled milk. You're going to have to just say shit happens. Shit really does happen. You know, one of the best advice pieces I got, and I don't know what guru I heard it from, but it was like, happiness is not people without problems. Happiness is people that don't let their problems bother them. That's like a whole new game changer. If you could just be happy with a boatload of problems, then you're in the gold. It's the people that have problems like everyone else that focus on those problems, attention to detail, you know, and then it just feels overwhelming and heavy. And Saturn does want to teach you that. Saturn wants to teach you, hey, you're going to have hardships, downfalls, trouble, problems, and frustrations, but that's life. You know, Saturn wants to give you that dose of reality check. And Saturn's like, but if you can smile in the rain, and if you can move forward with that kind of stress, and it doesn't affect you internally, you're going to be all right. So don't let other people affect you. And I do feel you're very empathic also. So, and it might be, and I don't know what your home life looks like, but I think there might have been some arguing at home. This made you on high alert, and there's a little PTSD, because when kids grow up with like tension in the home, they're very quick to observe their environment. And a lot of people that have a difficult upbringing, they tend to be more empathic because they can search out the room immediately and search out for dangers, possible, like arguments, possible negative situations. Kids just tend to like search it out and be like, okay, I'm in this room. I know who could be a possible threat. I know who's got emotional issues. And I know what the possibilities might be in this situation. So you go into a room knowing if the vibes are flowing good or there's tension. And that's it's a psychic and a very empathic trait. It's by your acute observation. And I do think you have a very strong observation. So, you know, you're going to have to get over your PTSD of searching out for possible negatives, because I think it might just be something you've always grown up with, is searching out for possible negatives, possible problems, possible downfalls, anything possible. And maybe your mom or your dad made you worry, you know, watch out for predators, watch out for thieves, watch out for this, watch out for that. And, you know, it makes you look at a situation like there's so much to worry about. And your mom, yeah, my mom was like that too. She always made me think that there was a predator in every room, which who knows, there probably is. But I was always like, always on the lookout, always suspicious of every neighbor. You know, my mom had me so worried. And I do have a little PTSD with my kids. But you know what? I'm grateful because my kids are the same way. They're very cautious. And I tell them from a young age. But when there's an imbalance, if you're not careful, you can over worry and overlook at negative situations. And my mom does tend to look at situations in a negative light. She's very glass half empty and don't trust anyone. And she just doesn't like people, you know, and there's just that lack of trust. And I know there needs to be a healthy balance, but that is overdoing it, and that's not a balance. So I do think that, you know, your challenge is to be to overcome that and not turn into that. Don't be the negative Nelly in the room, and don't always be looking for negatives, because in this day and age, we know like attracts like. And what we think about, we bring about, and we don't want to attract bad people or bad situations. That's for damn sure. So I know you're working on that, but that's your challenge. What is the major outcome here? Whew. This is good. This is like the major outcome for your life. And you're going to be on top. You are going to reach that pinnacle. Not pentacle, but pinnacle. The pinnacle, the mountain, the top of the mountain, Capricorn energy. You're going to overcome your hardships. All that hard work is actually going to pay off. You will be financially successful. You will have a committed marriage. You will have a stable home and a stable career. Life will be fruitful, prosperous, and you will have that harvest. You will be wise, and you will be shrewd, and you will be well-rounded. Trust and believe that good things take time. And you are growing into this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Male or female makes no difference. But you're growing into this essence. And Okay. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. This is about fertility. Her red cloak signifies her passion towards all things. She is a mature individual who presides over all earthly matters. She cares and nurtures. She is the goddess of the house and the home. She is the ultimate caretaker, chef, and home decorator. So again, you're going to have good food. You're going to have a good home. Okay, you're going to have a beautiful house. Most likely you're going to have some home ownership. So expect some home ownership in the near and upcoming, well, maybe not near, but in the upcoming future. You are going to have some nice home ownership. Okay? And you may even have your own garden. So where your home life may be disrupted at this time, it will not always be that way. And what does Spirit want to say to you? Oh, we have the Devil. Capricorn. You might end up with a Capricorn. I just thought of that. Oh my gosh, Magnus, you may end up with a Capricorn. I love it. Capricorns are a very good mate. Committed, okay? Hardworking. They want to build with you. They want to, feed those dreams and make them realities. So great manifestors. Spirit says you may very well end up with a soulmate vibe where this person would be a Capricorn. Most likely a moon sign, but I'm open to whatever, okay? But Spirit says be careful not to get so sucked into something, okay? Don't be so obsessed into your partner. Always be an individual. Have a balance in life. This is kind of your overall warning, Always have a good, healthy balance between love and work and home. And, work on that. Because I feel like in your upbringing, you didn't have a very healthy balance. Maybe one of your parents was always working. Maybe one of your parents was always at home. Maybe one of your parents was isolated and lonely. And it was just like you grew up like that. There's a lot of stress. Have a healthy balance. You need vacations. You need a good job, but you also need time away. You need love and romance, but you also need someone to work hard and take care of the home. So, always work on that balance. But more than anything, your overall reading here, Magnus, is you're moving on from difficult times. So don't stress so much. And like I said, don't overanalyze yourself, okay? Things take time. And you are going to get to the good stuff. And there is someone bound to you and for you. That's a promise. I really think they're Capricorn, okay? But you're going to end up with someone good, all right? Just give it some time. This water person, it's not right. Trust your vibes. They're just not really who they say they are. There's somebody after someone else. That's all I know. There's somebody after someone else. Okay. Okay, Sun Val, you're next then. All right, Sun. You're welcome, Magnus. I'm so glad I picked up on your energy. That was really great. I was surprised that police came out to me and your dad was a cop. That blew me away. I don't know why I still let things like that blow me away, but they just do. They blow me away. But it just reminds me that I'm thankful that I'm actually in communication with Spirit. It's really not me. It's Spirit. And I'm just in communication, and I'm so grateful that I am, and I can use that gift to, read people. Because I love people, and I love the psychology of people. I love how people tick, how people work. I want to know what's happening with people, what's the truth with people. So very grateful. All right, so let's click into Sun Val. Spirit, please guide and direct me for Sun Val. Please guide and direct me for Sun. Oh, okay. So Sun, the first card that just flew out representing you, Gemini, we have the Lover's card. It's always about you and your divine lover. It just always is, Sun. And it's ironic. Every time I read for Sun Val, twin flames come up. She's truly a twin flame. What's crossing you here is the Seven of Wands. Your past situation is the Ten of Cups in reverse. Your present situation is the Page of Swords. Your near future outcome is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Spirit says you have the Two of Swords. You're in indecision. It's very difficult for you to make some decisions at this time. How you feel about the situation is this is a never-ending story. You're losing faith. What you really want is a miracle. You want Spirit to heal you and heal your situation. The Star card. You want restoration and healing and guidance. Your challenge is King of Wands in reverse. The outcome is the Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. Son, it couldn't get more sad, could it? Why are you suffering, girl? I'm tired of reading readings where you're hurting, where your heart hurts, because you're one of the least people that deserve it. The person you love is very defensive. And as much as you try to be supportive and love this person and be committed and just do what's right for the both of you, it's like you're always fighting with this person. You're always having to defend yourself. Like, why is this person always on defense? Or why do I always have to defend myself? Why am I always on attack? You know, why do I have to walk on eggshells? And why is this always a fight? And maybe it's not your person. Maybe it's their family. Maybe it's their situation. We do have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. But this is that struggle. And in the past element, it was you guys used to be really happy. But obviously, you guys have had some brokenness. And it's been nothing but suffering and pain for a while. Your family or families, it could be mutual families, are torn apart. This is about not getting what you want. It's not achieving that masterful goal with family. It's like your family, you can never quite put your finger on it. You can never quite tweak it to where it needs to be. But there's a hidden gift within. This is being in a relationship, but it's not as good as you imagined. This is being in union, but union is not what it seems. 10-10 on either side. You might be seeing 10-10 often. You love this person. You are bonded to this person. You are probably with this person in a relationship, but you're constantly on defense, and you're realizing that this happy family is not what it cracks out to be. And it's certainly not as good as you imagined it would be. You are very close to completion with this cycle because that is the 10-10. But with the Page of Swords, it's about being a detective. It's about Snoop Dogg. It's about figuring information out. It's about being smart, having a high IQ. You know, you are researching the situation right now. Why is our family suffering? Who's behind the suffering? Who caused the drama? Why are they causing the drama? Like, you have a lot more questions than you do answers. And this is what's breaking your heart because all you want to do is love. You just want that happy family. This is about separation, heartbreak. And like the overall energy is, should I separate? Are we going to make it? You're kind of doubtful because the Fool is in reverse. Yeah? I love you.
It works.
Oh, it works?
Mom, my big ship, it works. My big ship is floating on the water.
That's so great.
And I'm going to get all my sea creatures.
Oh, I love it, honey. You're a good boy.
It's nice and wind.
I love it.
I love you.
I love you. When this is in the reverse position, it does talk about a hesitation. And it's about not having trust. It's about being preoccupied and worrying about what other people think. Son, I get confused with so many readings, and I wish I could remember your situation specifically, and forgive me that I don't. But, I mean, I kind of feel like you're worried more about what the family thinks about you than your own personal situation. I feel like you're really worried about what a mother-in-law or father-in-law or a sister-in-law or kids think about your relationship than you are actually about the actual relationship. And maybe you're a little bit blinded to some of that. You need some deep thinking about what you're doing here and why you're here. The clarity that you're seeking, I want to help you. I want to help you get an answer to that clarity. I want to get you just a little card to clarify some of that. If I could find my hidden truth. Okay. What is the hidden truth that you need some clarity about? Let's see. Is it possible that it is his energy? Because it sounds more like him. Yeah, son, I think that is totally possible. You are twins, and what your reading is coming up could totally be interpreting what's going on with him. I didn't think about that for a moment, but you're right. I might be doing your reading, but really this is what's going on with him, because you're more in tune with what's going on with him. And maybe he is going inside, like you said, hermit mode, trying to make a decision on whether or not to be with you. And maybe he's very worried about what his family thinks about you. Let's see what the Fool card here. What is the hidden truth? What do we need to know about this Fool? Oh, I wish I could take back my words. Wow. So there's been some things said and somebody definitely regrets. He is worried about what his father think and what his ex-wife will do to me. Oh, okay. So he's opened up his mouth. He wishes he could take back some of the things he told people. And there's distrust. I think he said some things to someone that he shouldn't have said, and now it's on like Donkey Kong. The real desire here is for peace and restoration. But the challenge is with that King of Wands in reverse. And that's about overcoming someone's own ego. It's about a rude and spiteful, could be a fire sign, could be Leo. But it's about a rude and spiteful personality. It's using authority and intimidation to get what someone wants. It's about preying on the vulnerable in order to boost ego, very narcissistic. It's about sweltering emotions and raging out of control and being abusive. So someone's challenge is to either overcome that person or not be that person. Okay, it's got to be one or the other. But I just hope you know who and what this is all about. But when you get the Knight of Swords and the upright, which is good, it's explosive energy, decisive action. It's about just speaking before thinking, but it's about bravery. It's about mental prowess and extreme behavior. It's about destroying preconceived notions and rapid movement forward. Very, very fast, swift energy towards a resolution of a situation. So I think someone's going to take this on. There may be police or a legal representative, but there's going to be swift action taken to get resolution to a very difficult situation. Ultimately, there's going to be a lot of broken hearts. This may be a third-party situation. He did mention an ex-wife. Why the fucking ex matters is beyond me. It's an ex. But obviously, she's still involved. And I think you don't have all the answers. And that's why this card is here. There's more to this situation than meets the eye. There's more to this situation than what you've heard. And you are definitely having to defend yourself against this fire sign, King of Wands. Could be the father, could be the ex-wife. But you're having to defend yourself. And ultimately, this is a broken family and a broken home. I mean, when you're bringing in exes, children, in-laws, a lover, I mean, that's a fucking fucked up family situation. And that definitely makes sense on why this is both in reverse. You know, the whole situation is just not happy. And what Spirit says is you need to make some decisions. You're going to have to search for the answers that you seek. You do want that clarity. When this card is in reverse, it's about being distracted, and Spirit says you are distracted. And it's about not having time or space to even think. You need to escape from these problems and these anxieties. You need to balance your mind. You need to take a vow of silence. You need to have meditation and deep thought. You need to reflect on the true meaning of what you need to do to fix this situation. But yeah, you need to get quiet and silent. Maybe not speak too much. Maybe the answer here is to say less. I almost feel like the person that's coming towards you is going to burn out their own fire. But words feed the flame, because air feeds the fire. I want you to know that words are not going to help the situation. So if you feel you have to defend yourself verbally, and you find yourself into arguments, or you find yourself texting and writing, or you find yourself calling people, or people coming towards you, having an argument or a conversation, that only fuels the fire. The best remedy here is to know that you are in union, Lover's card. You already have the power. You already hold the key. You already have residence. You already have a position of power. Anyone else that is scared or threatened by your position of power, worried about your position, that's on them. Let them burn out their own little flame of anger. Because ultimately, I do think that you guys are going to have resolution and peace. It's going to take a little time. I do think this family feud will reach a peak. Okay, I'm not speaking at all. I'm just sending him love and peace. That's good. And you know what? This might be about him, like you said, and he may be not speaking or needing to not speak. He may be needing to take a vow of silence. And that's probably why he's hermit mode. Because he's realizing anything he says fuels the fire. And he's realizing that, he's contemplating on that there's really nothing I could do to diffuse the situation. This person is fucking angry. Period. And I'm not going to change how angry this person is. This person is hurt. Maybe jealous. And for that, there's not much I can do. Except let God, let time, let source, let the universe heal that person. But I do know this is reaching a peak. So within days, you're going to hear from your person, and there is going to be a peak. Okay, there could be some news rushing into you. You might get a letter, you might get a text, you might get a visit, but there's communication rushing into you at home, and you're going to hear some information. You're going to learn what's really going on. But as long as you find your peace and your meditation, everything will make sense. And just know that this Fool, this, you know, in reverse, your person wishes they could just take back some of their words and is really just regretful about what's been said. Maybe too much or too little's been said, but this person wishes they could just recant. So there's somebody that maybe wants to recant. If somebody made a statement, expect a recant. You know, if somebody said something, they're going to go back on what they said. And that's really your message. Yeah. Expect somebody to go back on what they said, and there will be quick resolve and resolution very fast within a matter of days to this situation. Ultimately, I think you're going to be all right. I think you're going to be all right. Okay. So thank you, Sun Val. I love you, girl. Okay, so now we're going to do... Let's see who's here. Sayla, Tammy, Quita, Courtney, or Tracy. Let's see who the first one is that they're here. You're welcome, Sun. I hope it was helpful for you. Courtney's here? Okay. All right, so we're going to do Courtney. Courtney. We're at 2 hours and 20 minutes in this video. Wow, I cannot believe I have been talking this long. Spirit, please guide and direct me for Courtney. Courtney, you have the Knight of Swords representing you in the situation right now. What's crossing you is the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you're dealing with a Libra Virgo person. Your past situation is the Wheel of Fortune. Things changed drastically for you in the past. What you're dealing with right now is a lack of desire, and you really don't know which direction you're going into. You kind of feel pushed into a situation. Yeah, there's that Libra. There's the Libra. I definitely feel like in your future, justice is obviously on the way. You're going to have justice. You're going to have karma fairly on your side in the near and upcoming future. Spirit sees a King of Wands in your life. Courtney, he is a Libra. Okay, that makes sense. Libra, Sun, and Tropical. There you go. This, you know, Spirit says this is about taking control. The King of Wands is, I will put myself in a position of power. And what I say will go in my life. You know, I'm in control of my life. Let's see how you see your situation. Three of Cups in reverse. What do you want? Queen of Cups in reverse. There's that Libra again. Challenge, Seven of Swords. The outcome is Eight of Cups. Okay, if you want someone to break up and be disconnected with a Cancer, that's going to happen. I looked up, I saw 144 minutes. Bottom of the deck for you is Ace of Cups in reverse. Cancer, 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 Cancer. If there is a Cancer involved, they will be broken up with. I feel this could be a third-party situation. I'm not sure. But ultimately, what's going on with you right now is you are wanting fast resolution. Do it now. I'm not happy with the situation. This has been going on too fucking long. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. I have been waiting and waiting patiently for shit to change. And in the past, this was a totally different situation. Why did it change so drastically? Why were we going in one direction and now we're going in the complete fucking opposite direction? This is about firepower used for all the wrong reasons. Supporting a cause out of anger and resentment. Acting out of character and not being true to yourself. This is an inability to see focus and clearly. So maybe you're dealing with someone that is not seeing the focus. Your person is just not seeing clearly at all. There's a block, a lack. And this is someone who's very, very controlling and very forceful for the wrong reasons. With this Ace of Cups in reverse, I do feel like a love is going to be ending here very, very quickly. Within a month, there's a relationship that's probably going to be over. This is closed and blocked off to love. Okay? This is repressed emotions. This is an intuition led to problems. This is a need for a good cry and afraid to feel one's own feelings. That's the overall underall. Courtney, do you need to just cry? Because this might have been a third-party situation. And you're not going to reconcile with this person. And what is going to happen in the future is righteous and just, but you may not like it. Right now, you may be fighting for something that you want, or maybe someone you love is fighting for something that they want because they put so much work and energy into the situation, most likely a relationship. They put years and dedication, and they hate to just give up on it now. They hate to lose it now. But they know deep down in their gut, in their soul, in their intuition that this is not going to work out, that this is a love situation that is not what they thought it was, whomever I'm speaking of. And this person is going to just realize the truth, which is the challenge, the exposing of lies, the exposing of fake, false masks, mistrust. You're not who you said you were. And I've got to get the fuck out of here. I've got to leave this toxic ass mofo situation alone. That's the challenge. To see it for what it really is, which is going to take guts, courage, and glory, and strength. And that's why Spirit says someone's going to have to grow some balls and say enough's enough. And that's that Libra card. Justice. I need to quit that shit. And at the end of the day, hate to say it, but the ultimate outcome is walking away from, it feels like a cancer. Courtney, it sounds like him. He was with her for financial reasons. Got word he left the karmic. But why not reach out to me? Okay. Maybe he will soon. Maybe he's waiting. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. He might be waiting. He's not happy with how this shit went down. All right. This could totally be, yeah, his reading. He is not happy with the way shit went down, girl. A lot has changed from the past. And it was his fate and his destiny to go into this situation. But let me tell you, there is no fucking love in a relationship. You know, this, maybe he needs a good cry because there's no fucking love here at all. There's no Ace of Cups. There's no Queen of Cups. There's no fucking 3 of Cups. We are not reconciling this shit. This ship has sailed. This is also about talking behind a friend's back, spending too much time alone, not feeling happy, and maybe even feeling sorry for themselves. Courtney, I blocked him about a year ago. I couldn't take mistreatment anymore. Yeah, well, you do what you have to do. But this person's not happy with himself. Or whoever this person is, okay? Not happy with themselves. Karma came in and played it out. Justice is justice whether you like it or not. And this was just destiny. Yeah, honey? You're a sweetheart. I love you. You're the sweetest cheek cake I ever had. I just want to bite your cheek. You've got sweet little cheeks. Oh, you gotta warm up. Do you want my blankie? You're beautiful. You're so smart. You okay? You ready for a nap? You want me? Okay, I'm almost done. Look, let's count. How many people do I have left? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm almost done, okay? All right, I love you. Yeah, that's Gaga. I need to wash that. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, Courtney. Anyways, I do think you've already left the building. Elvis has left the building with you. Clearly, you've already blocked this person as well. I think mostly what Spirit maybe wanted to tell you is a very simple message, Courtney. You had a destiny with this person for whatever reason. It's coming up in your reading, okay? If you wanted an update on what's going on with this person, Spirit's letting you know the update. And Spirit is saying, Courtney, your person, this Libra entity here, he charged into your life. And let me tell you, there's a lot of regrets. He's not been happy. The grass is not greener on the other side. Okay, the truth hurts. All right, this person is right now acting like a chicken with their head cut off. He's taking action without thinking, and he's not considering his actions, how they would hurt other people, by the way. He's still reaping some of that karma. He's very in a victimhood place. He's worried about himself. He feels like he's so sad for himself. He broke this other person's heart, this karmic, okay? This karmic did not know who he really was. There was lies, deception, deceit, and trickery. This person played her like a fiddle and most likely played you like a fiddle. At least you were smart enough to get out. But ultimately, just an update on what's going on with your person is he's going to not be in this relationship anymore. And if you heard rumors about him leaving the karmic, this is just a confirmation that he did. He did leave her, or he's absolutely going to. And this is the justice. You may not be in a place where it feels good to know that that's over. Maybe you're past that. Maybe you're not. But Spirit's like, I just want to let you know some information's coming your way. And if you haven't heard from him yet, you will. Because that Knight of Swords is coming in. What should you be aware of? Lies and deception. He's a tricky person. And no offense to the Libra energy. I love all the zodiac signs. But Libras do have a tendency to bullshit. To lie. And they know how to work people. And I had to learn that the hard way. I didn't want to believe that about Libras. And not all Libras do this, you know. It depends on the relationship with the Libra. But, you know, they do have a tendency and certainly a gift of a silver tongue. They have a gift to be excellent in sales. They have a gift to be good with customer service and dealing with people. And they have a gift to be in multiple relationships. You know, they just have a gift to gossip. They have a gift to manipulate. Ooh, my ear started ringing on that one. You know, you just got to be careful with the Libra energy because that is their natural gift. And they can't help that they have a silver tongue. You know, they cannot help that's who they are. But just be, you know, be careful that when this person does come back around, because the situation is over, the warning is, you know that he's got a silver tongue. So just watch it. Just be aware. And just know that the karma that needed to happen, which is justice, is that he's not going to be with that karmic. And that's the karma. And the karma that he is not going to get out of that situation financially what he wanted to get out. He's left shortchanged. He didn't get what he thought he was going to get. That's for damn sure. And I'm sure there's disappointment on her side as well, because she sure as shit didn't get what she thought she was going to get either. So that's as the story goes. That is as the world turns, Courtney. But that is your message, girl. Okay? Look at that. Sun in reverse. Oh, shit. Okay. So thank you so much, Courtney, for doing the 22s today. That was pretty cool little reading. All right. So now we are going to do... Who else said they were here? Somebody said, I'm here. Was it Tracy? Was that the name I saw? Or Sayla? Okay, it was Tracy. Okay. You're welcome, Courtney. Thank you so much. All right, Spirit, please guide and direct me now. Please guide and direct me with the cards for Tracy. Show me what I need to see for Tracy.